I don't know. Sometimes I don't know what to do. I just got back from the gym, had my whole workout messed up because this dude came talking to me some nonsense about how today's women hate commitment. That's really what now, apparently his experience is that he's been trying to talk to these women, choose good women, and they just don't want to be committed. Now I'm asking him questions like, how did you even come to that conclusion? Because that's the exact opposite of what I know about women. He was like, well, every time I talk to one, we get about 2 months in, and then all of a sudden she just drop out. She just, they ain't down the ride. And I said, down the ride through what? You can't just say down the ride. You got them riding down the highway to hell. Like that's a completely different situation than just riding towards goals and progress and so on. And he was like, yeah, man, I mean, I got my flaws. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'm just busy. Sometimes I'm just this. And I'm asking them questions like, okay, so whenever you're busy, do you let them know that you're busy? Whenever you're in one of your moods or your mental health is just messed up, are you letting them know what's going on so that they're in the know and they don't have to question exactly what you're feeling, what you're thinking, etc.? He was like, no, but I mean, at the end of the day, I was like, at the end of the day, no. Good women don't hate commitment. Good women hate the emotional whiplash of a man who's inconsistent. That's the number one thing I've come to know about good women. Y'all let me know if I'm tripping. One thing, more than anything, that good women hate is whenever a man introduces them to a vibe he cannot sustain. It's one thing if you come in saying, oh, I just ain't got what you're looking for. That's one thing. Or what you like, I don't even want to do. That's another thing. But when a man comes and he shows all of this good that she wants, then snatches it away, then tries to push it back in front of her face, then snatches it away, then pushes it back in front of her face, and then blames her if she doesn't want to keep receiving this, if she wants to jump off of this emotional roller coaster. That right there, it's like either be good or bad. Like Jesus said in the Bible, be hot or be cold, but if you're lukewarm, I'm going to spit you out of my mouth. I'm going to vomit you. Y'all let me know down in the chat. And by the way, I done got questions about this. Yes, I am actually giving away $1,000 tomorrow. And I don't know when you're watching this, but that's tomorrow at 7 p.m. Sunday, December 15th, whatever tomorrow is. I'm pretty sure it's the 15th. 7 p.m. That's going to be on my live webinar. I'm giving away $1,000. This webinar is about how to clean your own credit for free. And the webinar is free. But I've gotten questions. People are like, are you really doing? Yes. Just as a quick side note, yes, I'm actually giving away $1,000 tomorrow. You have to register though. You have to register and you have to show up live. This is not a replay. Back to what I was saying. And I'm telling him all of this. And it's crazy because this man looks like he's at least 15 years my senior. He's got to be somewhere in his 50s. And I'm like, dude, I don't know exactly how things go. I ain't saying I got all the answers. But what I believe about a woman is that she's going to need safety in a relationship. Any serious relationship, she's going to need safety. And inner safety comes, at least largely due to external consistency. She needs predictability in order to feel safe, in order to feel like she knows what she's getting herself into. She's not in danger. She doesn't have to have one eyebrow raised and one eye open and always looking over her shoulder. In order for her to get to that point with you, she has to know what's coming next. A lot of times I believe that a woman can actually hang through some of the difficult times and storms if they're completely out of your control. But whenever you're showing her that you're a puppeteer with everything that she wants, you're a puppeteer with her needs being met, and you're just constantly dangling this carrot in front of her that she can never quite grasp or grasp consistently, at some point, man, she's just going to say, I'd rather not. I'd rather not have this inconsistent good. I'd rather have nothing at all. I'd rather have singleness than to have inconsistent companionship. Again, y'all let me know. Because maybe I'm off here. I'm not a woman. But whenever, I believe anyway, when a woman is all in a relationship and that man is inconsistent, his inconsistency creates her anxiety. When a woman is all in, and you see, this is the reason why I specified good women. You see, whenever you with a woman and she ain't really done the work on herself, she's not really all in. She got somebody else that she waiting on to come around and want a relationship to. You know, she may be in it just for the money. You could be inconsistent with her. She's not going to trip. She's not going to be out. She's not going to fault you. Look, she just here, good time, not a long time. When a woman is all in invested, she can't just turn off her heart the moment that you might be turning off your commitment. She can't do that. So with that being said, you're going to create anxiety in that woman. I'm telling him, you can get bitter and resentful all you want to. But if you're dating these women and you're hot and cold and you're off and on and you push pull and you there one day, gone the next, guess what, brother? You now represent anxiety. The whole point of her getting herself together, her life together, working on herself, etc., so she don't have to deal with that. No woman is opting into anxiety on purpose. So now, because you represent anxiety to her, emotional stability with you becomes an impossibility. Y'all let me know if I'm speaking facts or not. I said, he messed up my whole workout. I'm sitting there just baffled, bewildered. You can't pursue her, all close and then give her distance inexplicably and then wonder why she's leaving. And then whenever she is stressed, if she's a good woman, she's truly tuned into herself, she's going to understand that's her intuition telling her something. Her stress is basically sending her a message about you. That's like, it's her security system that's noticing the instability. And if she's a good woman, she's already been through the relationships where she ignored her intuition and then paid for it later. She regretted it later. Hello, somebody. So you can't be inconsistent with a good woman because her heart is consistent by nature. Because she ain't for everybody. She's not going to open up to everybody. She's not going to fully invest in everybody. Therefore, when she's locked in, she's locked in. Not that she can't leave. This is by choice. She's locked in. You basically showing you're not. How you expect her to be the best woman she could possibly be? And you can't give her the bare minimum reciprocity. And if your instability or your inconsistency is just in your promises being unkept, that's no better. That's the exact same thing. If you constantly making promises and you're not keeping those, it's not even about you doing this, doing that, and then sometimes off and on. But if you're just saying, hey, this is what you can expect from me, and then sometimes you keep that promise and sometimes you don't, it's the exact same thing. You can't make promises up forever, but then your actions say you can never guarantee even tomorrow. Your actions can't even guarantee tomorrow. How's she supposed to have confidence in forever or in long term with you? You making big plans, shaky foundations, no real conviction behind even keeping your word, but you expect her to fully submit and fully trust in what? All that she can trust is in your untrustworthiness. We think untrustworthiness is simply about stepping out in a relationship and stuff like that. No. Being in a relationship inconsistently, unreliably, hurts just as much over time. But you see, when a man is consistent with a woman will stop being anxious. She's going to run from that anxiety. If you come with anxiety, she's going to run from you too. But when a man gets consistent, the exact opposite happens. She gets safe. She feels like you're a great anchor. You're reliable. The world is already volatile, emotional roller coaster enough. If you're another source of that, she's going to want to stay away from you. Because for any good woman, stability breeds security. Y'all let me know if I'm speaking facts or if I'm lying. For any good woman, stability breeds security. That's why financial stability is important for a woman. It ain't about her having access to a yacht and millions of dollars. It's stability. I don't have to worry about what's going to happen next. Mental, emotional stability, because we love to just focus on the financial. Behavioral stability. All of this creates security. And because a woman's number one need, especially a good woman who's in it for the right reasons, her number one need is safety in a relationship. Not your money, not your status and clout, not your height. That's nice. But a good woman's number one need is safety. Therefore, the number one thing that a good woman is going to hate is whatever threatens that safety, i.e. inconsistency. You're not so much of a threat if you're straight up and down just a bad guy, because she'll just stay away from you. But if you want to pump fake her in terms of being good, that's very unsafe. Now, I'm telling him this, and for those of y'all just coming in, here's the backstory. I was at the gym, and the brother, come to me because people recognize me. God is good. But he's sitting here ranting about how women today don't like commitment. I guess he's made it synonymous. His inconsistency is synonymous with women's lack of desire for that BS inconsistency anyway. And I'm telling him, man, look, you making it seem like good women want a perfect man. Good women don't want perfection. What good women want, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, is reliability, a reliable man. Okay, like you bringing your flaws and all, but be reliable in the good things that you did promise that you can deliver, or the good things that you introduced her to. Be reliable. Can she consistently rely on you to do that? But depending on what the flaws are, she might be able to deal with that. But okay, if she can reliably expect for you to show up in all the good ways, whether it be communication, affection, protection, provision, whatever it is that you got going on that is good, can she reliably expect that? Because if she can't, and you add that on to the reliability, the reliability of your flaws and your shortcomings in the ways that you can't deliver, you become a liability altogether. Men who are not reliable become a liability. Don't matter that you got all these grand gestures. Don't matter that you got all this money to spend and impress her friends and coworkers and stuff. She'd much prefer consistency over the little things rather than grand gestures that may or may not happen from week to week, month to month, year to year. A good woman would much rather have your steady presence over your sporadic intensity. Y'all let me know. Am I speaking facts? I'm not saying nothing about you being perfect. I ain't saying nothing about you being a multimillionaire on day one. I'm just keeping it real with you. Good women prefer regular care over your random excellence or impressing everybody. Because I'm going to tell you something, ladies, as my sister. If you cannot count on him, you can't build with him. Like some of y'all a little bit younger, or you ain't quite put words to it yet. But when a man is inconsistent, it's going to be such a struggle to fully invest and build with him because you know you can't rely on him. That foundation, it requires dependability. It requires consistency. You can't even plan a real future if you don't know what's coming next. And it ain't got nothing to do with you. A man may be inconsistent because he has a fear of commitment. His own fear. Nothing to do with the quality of you, if you was a better woman, if you looked better, if you talked better. No, sometimes a man just got a fear of true commitment and the vulnerability that requires, the maturity that requires. And that's why. Or he may be trying to keep his options open. Or he may be trying to maintain power through unpredictability. Some men believe that by being mysterious, they're maintaining a certain level of power because that's what they're after. They're after power, not a partner. Ain't got nothing to do with you. What does have everything to do with you is whether or not you're going to recognize the red flags of a man who is inconsistent before you get fully invested. And now he's taking you on this emotional roller coaster, dysregulating your central nervous system for the long term. Look for the red flag of intensity followed by withdrawal. One day, he wants you, all of you, wants you to be all his. The next day, he don't even talk to you. He forgot to call you back. He forgot to text you back. That is an inconsistent man. Or unreliable communication patterns. One day, he can communicate like a king, and the next day, he yelling, shutting down. Be very mindful. That's letting you know the patterns that he had before you ever came along. If you were never born, he would have had those patterns. Still a red flag. Inconsistent emotional availability. He's very open one second, the next second, no, you can't. He's all numb, practicing stoicism. Act like he don't care. He's nonchalant all of a sudden. Or his plans consistently fluctuate. That may be just a man who's emotionally unstable. He goes with the wind. Whatever he feels, he'll do. Not because he's gained new information. This is the best route to take. He just say if he feel it, he'll do it. If not, he don't. And that affection ebb and flow dramatically, yeah. He's not ready for anything stable. And the problem is a lot of y'all try to build something stable with somebody who is unstable and wonder why it comes crashing down. Even worse, whenever you move in with this man and your well-being depends on this man and your livelihood depends on this man. Maybe even your job depends on this man if you have a man. If you have a job that, like you don't want to be with no man trying to build something rock solid on a quicksand foundation. That's how a lot of stuff is. And then you might end up, if you mess around and go all in, you go deep, you really intertwine your whole life with this man, married or not married. And now you out in the cold if things don't work out. This is why I'm such a believer that women should have their own. I do not believe you should have it. Always just expecting a man to leave you. I do believe in a man being a provider, but just because he's a provider doesn't mean you have to be helpless. I think in today's climate, it would be nice if we was in the 1910s and 20s where men took pride in making sure their woman was straight, even if things didn't work out. We don't live in the 1910s and 20s no more. At absolute minimum, it is great to have your own because you can choose a man that you want, not a man who can only fulfill this void. And if you don't have your money right, if you don't have that, it's okay. Oh, you ain't got to go get a new job or pick up 30 more hours a week or none of that stuff. But what you need is to know how to clean your credit. It's absolutely free to do. Cleaning your own credit. I know that sounds bizarre. Cleaning my own credit. I don't know. That's why I'm doing a live class tomorrow. And this is a live class. This ain't a replay. It won't be available for replay. I don't know if you got something else to do at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, you better figure it out. If you want to know how to clean your own credit so you can change your financial situation. Once you clean your credit, you can turn that into $100,000, $200,000 plus in business funding. I'm not going to get into it here. We'll be here all day. But like I said, I'm even giving away $1,000 tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm doing it live. So you guys can see the money go through. I'm doing it live. If you want access, I just pinned it again, or I just posted the comment again. $1,000 giveaway tomorrow, 7 p.m., December 15th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to do a live class. I'm bringing in a credit expert. So nobody watching this right now has any excuse to be stuck in the same financial situation, depending on any man that's holding over their head the fact that he pays the bills, or stressed or overwhelmed or any of those things. You don't have to depend on or be at the mercy of an unreliable man. And a lot of y'all are only there because you can't afford to leave them, or afraid to date because you can't afford to even possibly end up with a man like that. You don't have to be in that situation. Yes, I'm actually going to give $1,000. I might do it to 2 or 3 people. I'm going to literally pay you, pay you. Now, it's not just free. For a couple of y'all, I'm going to pay you to learn how to take control of your own finances so you can have the best relationship in life, period. Because you can't do that. You can't do that. I don't care how much you want real love and healthy love. You can't do that if you're constantly stressed and overwhelmed over your survival. I realize that. We just got to tackle the elephant in the room. And I raised my own credit score over 200 points using exactly what I'm going to show you tomorrow for free. But the link I just posted in the comments. I don't know if y'all can see it, but moral of the story is this. For any man listening and any woman listening, because some of y'all don't know why you're feeling repulsed by a man. You just know that you don't find him as attractive. You just know that something ain't right. And no, it's not something ain't right with you. It's not that you just don't think that he's that cute or you got superficial standards. No, it's because you need stability. It's not neediness, it's wisdom. Your anxiety, your overthinking, that's not the problem. That's your security system letting you know that unstable love is not safe love. And as a woman who's willing to go all in and give her all and all, you deserve at minimum that. At some point, my good sis, you got to choose your peace over his potential. What is he showing you? That's his truth. That's just true. But those are just my thoughts. You know I'm your internet brother, and I got your back again. If you want more, if you want to know exactly how to clean your own credit, it's not just do a dispute to clean your own credit. So this next year, you're not stuck in the same financial situation and all of the other things that comes with. I will literally give you $1,000, depending on who, because it's going to be 1 or 2, maybe 3 winners, tomorrow at 7 p.m., Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central. I did put the link in the caption as well. The link is here again in the comments. Register. Do not miss this. This is a one-time event. Share this if you got something of value from it.